Hi, I'm Akasha Bethel for Varsity Beat, and today, as a fundraiser for the Crocker House Museum, I'm here at St. Peter's Cemetery where I can guarantee I'll be seeing some dead people. The Crocker House Cemetery Walk is a fascinating experience where history is literally brought back to life through reenactors. The Cemetery Walk has been bringing its participants information of great and late Mount Clemens residents for 9 years. What are the steps you take to prepare for this role?
First, you have to be crazy. No, I'm just kidding. Kim Parr, who is with the Historical Society here in Mount Clemens, provided the information for on Henry Lightbourne, the storyline, that sort of thing. I'm an actor with the Rosedale Community Players down in Detroit with a couple of other guys and a young lady here today as well. And so they asked us if we'd come in and do the portrayal, and like every other live play or whatever that we would do, you get the script, you memorize the script, you do a little research about the character so you know a little bit more about that particular person, and then you get into character and give people the best show you possibly can.
We kicked off our tour by talking with Paul Ignani, an actor who portrayed a World War I soldier.
I portray Emil, or A.J. Charbonneau. He was a resident of Mount Clemens. He served briefly in the Army during World War I. He actually was sent to Fort Dix in New York, got onto a ship being sent over to Europe for the war, and halfway there the war ended, so he kind of missed combat, but I imagine he was probably pretty thankful for that.
My three sons all served in 3 separate wars, World War II, Korea, and Vietnam. And you might say, why is that lucky? Well, I'll tell you that's lucky because they all proved hard.
He was born prematurely, so he was kind of a little guy, and when he went to join the Army, they originally turned him down because he was too small. And so he went on a banana diet, and I guess that packed on a lot of weight. And I never really thought that eating a lot of bananas would do that, but apparently that's what worked for him. And I just thought that was kind of a strange thing to find out.
Well, Father J.A. Van Humison was instrumental in beginning the first hospital in Mount Clemens, which they termed back then as sanitariums. So they not only did medical procedures, but they also did healing waters with the mineral baths that were very famous in Mount Clemens around the turn of the century. So that's who I am playing, Father J.A. Van Humison. I found a lot about the area of Mount Clemens, not just with the character himself, but the fact that there was so much healing going on and that was visited by people from all around the planet to soak in those baths. And those baths would take a 21-day treatment, and so that was a real dedication to be able to do that.
Another interviewee of the day was Lynn Anderson, an actress who portrayed the late Belgian woman who immigrated to America with her family in 1903.
I played Mary Gauvert, the highlight of a film shot a few years ago called Mary's Buttons. It's a true story of the murder of a Macomb County sheriff, and we wanted to clear the misunderstanding about the perpetrators of what happened. Benny was only 14, so I was put on trial for the murder of Sheriff Matthews. And, public outcry was enormous. The sheriff was a much beloved figure, and mobs of angry citizens came and mobbed the jail trying to hang my Benny. And even the newspapers were nasty, reporting horrible things about us, calling us dirty, ignorant immigrants. None of it was true.
My character is called Mary Morass Prevost, and she was from a prominent family here in Mount Clemens and had a very brave grandfather and father, and then she married a fabulous Frenchman named Francis Prevost, and they had a wonderful life here in Mount Clemens.
Henry Lightbourne was a immigrant from Jamaica who came to the Mount Clemens area. Originally started working with Ford Motor Company down in Highland Park, Michigan. And then through his work at Ford, he met a gentleman named Mr. Burnwell, who owned a bathhouse and hotel here in Mount Clemens. From that point, he made a trade with him because he had some property in Alberta, Canada, which was a hotel and a small farm. He traded that with Burnwell and bought the bathhouse here in Mount Clemens, and then started providing baths and hotel accommodations for people in Mount Clemens at that time.
Although the people being portrayed today have long passed, it's exciting to see their legends live on through the Crocker House Museum's purpose to collect and preserve our local heritage and to instill an appreciation of our community's unique history. If you missed out on this year's lighthearted but spooky event, make sure to come out next year and support the Crocker House Museum during the Cemetery Walk. For Varsity Beat, I'm Akasha Bethel, and happy Halloween.